Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy DomeZ here, and today we have a brand new video for you guys. Another one. All right. Title of this video is why no Gears game will ever top Gears of War 2. Y'all already know me. I'm a little bit biased. I'm gonna try to be unbiased. I already told you guys my favorite Gears of all time was Gears of War 2. Coming home from school, taking off my backpack, you know what I'm saying? My mom telling me to do my homework and me telling her I already did it, even though I was capping, just to play some Gears of War 2 underground matches in a private blood drive with my boys. After we warmed up for about 5 hours of an annex game in a private blood drive, we'll load up a ranked Guardian and play Guardian all night until I went to school. No cap. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. Quick little shout out. The guy's channel is Omaha16. I'm gonna probably leave his link in the description somewhere so you guys can look at it, tune in. But let's watch this video. I haven't watched it. My first time ever watching it, so we're gonna definitely have some fun with this. Let's see what's up. Yes, sir. Whoa, baby! I feel like I'm about to watch a movie. Come on. What a good intro.
Since the release of Gears of War in 2006, the franchise has become one of the most played and best-selling game franchises in the gaming industry, spawning sequels, more installments, as well as a comic book series and novels. The first Gears of War game at the time was revolutionary, especially for the shooter genre for games. The game presented a very strong emphasis on cover-based combat gameplay in which players can use objects to avoid attacks such as gunfire and safely engage enemies, both tactical strategies which could be used against AI and player versus player multiplayer. But the one aspect about Gears of War games that made the franchise so memorable was its grim tone. And the series' first sequel, Gears of War 2, carried over that aspect of its predecessor and not only built on it, but escalated it even further. Something that most game sequels rarely do. Gears of War 2 was a sequel that not only upgraded and outshined the first Gears of War, and arguably the other installments that came after it, but took the series into a world that was not only serious and dark, but very real, and would become one of the greatest video game sequels of all time.
Yes, sir. I like that. Coltrane, baby. Oh, this theme, that menu music.
Most say that Gears of War 2 was just like any other sequel, similar to a sequel to a blockbuster movie. It took the best qualities from its predecessor and exaggerated on it. Gears of War 2 is no exception to this, but what separates it from other game sequels was its seriousness to go even deeper into what made the first game so great. And I'm not just talking about the gameplay specifically. Obviously, newer installments to games improve and add new features to keep players engaged, have fun, and learn something to keep the games fresh over time. Gears of War 2 kept all of what was done in the first game with the addition of some new aspects. But Gears of War 2 added another layer of quality that the other Gears of War games in the series have not been able to repeat. True skill. In regard to veterans and versus players in Gears of War multiplayer, Gears of War 2 was the first and last Gears of War game that had true skill ranking system, maps, campaign, and big multiplayer. Gears of War 2's multiplayer ranking system was very hard to play and master, where players had to have the abilities to adapt to certain absolute reality situations while playing, instead of the current trend in Gears games today, which rely on connection, game error, validation, location, and illegitimate actions. Gears of War 2, the playing field and all parties in the level of competition were equal, and it all came down to games of split seconds, inches, and player intelligence. To add, players of Gears 2 had to evolve and push themselves to great efforts to become better, succeed,
that original sniper headshot sound was so good, man. Ooh, I'm already. I'm
Gears of War 2's world was very grim from start to finish. It was a game that kept players hoping good things would happen but never did. In other words, Gears of War 2 didn't allow players to defeat the evil and escape the darkness happening in the world of the game, but instead continued to sink the player lower and lower into it. The first act of the game opens up with a big level of uncertainty. Players are thrown into a world with protagonists that have little hope of succeeding, which is winning a war against a monstrous and very ruthless enemy. There are bright moments throughout the game's story, but the events mostly end with great sorrow and loss. Gears of War 2 was a game about warfare and what warfare truly is, and the game's narrative gave players no breathing room to escape from it from beginning to end. The lead developers of the game wanted to add a great depth of seriousness to Gears of War 2. Unlike the first one, which was a dark, gothic, chilling shoot-'em-up with good spectacle, Cliff Bleszinski, one of the founding fathers of Gears of War, while working on Gears of War 2 back in 2008 in an interview with Joystick stated, "I wanted it to feel like more of a war. And it's not just about having the big battle scenes with the hundreds of locusts. It's not just about the huge beautiful vistas that the player gets to see or the tank shooting the Brumach down in front of you, or the choppers crashing. It's all about the writing and the levels. Going into the Hollow and hearing the other radio chatter from other people who are dropping into the underground, and they're lost, and it's foreshadowing what players are going to encounter later in the underground. It's everything to give more of a sense not only of the scale, but also what's at stake for humanity. And this direction stays extremely consistent throughout Gears of War 2's narrative."
Back there! Locusts are killing everyone back there!
I remember that scene.
Watch your fire around.
Yo, I remember seeing that old man. Well, wait, I'm sorry. Yeah, remember this guy? Yo, I'm.
Back there! Locusts are killing everyone back there! Watch your fire around.
I actually remember that.
While other game series have taken similar narrative directions, they tend to always lose themselves along the way in adding that exciting wow factor to keep players entertained. Gears of War 2's narrative doesn't do any of that, and when the spectacles do happen, you don't always feel that vibe of excitement, but instead feel a level of uncertainty.
All of this felt so real when I was playing this.
Although there are a good amount of exciting moments in Gears of War 2.
Playing Gears 2 campaign at this age was actually dope. No! Please, why did you guys show that scene?
Gears 2 was a very immersive game, delivering a chilling, suspenseful, epic, unsettling revelation
my man
story
Ty
that kept
got
players
fucking
involved from the start to finish. For a game that started out introducing us to
Ty
characters
so
that
dirty,
were simply
man.
just soldiers fighting a war against
They
monsters.
tortured his ass until he
Every
fucking killed him.
dynamic in
Man,
Gears 2
that shit is
so well
annoying,
developed,
dude.
and all the voice actors have such great chemistry, it never feels like you're playing a typical third-person shooting game killing bad guys with cool characters.
This scene was pretty dope. When Cole came and fucking saved them, that was such a dope
video
scene.
Game with real people with actual flaws and real feelings for each other. Delivering masterclass voice acting with a lot of real dialogue and much improv from the voice cast that all pulls at the heartstrings, making even one of the most badass characters in video gaming lore heavy-hearted. I was personally in disbelief that despite all the awesome, epic, fun proportions that Gears 2 had to offer, we got a whole entire epic campaign mainly about just two friends. A whole compelling story about a very cold, gruff, aggressive, professional soldier and a very sincere, wholehearted comrade. It was a game all about story, tension, and character.
This is everything we've been fighting for.
Yeah? Well, Maria's everything I've been fighting for. She's my fucking wife, alright?
That's
So
true,
you gonna
bro.
turn your back on your whole world then? The other Gears we fought with? All the people who've died?
I'm sorry, Marcus. After what you did for your father, I thought you'd understand.
And speaking of character, Gears 2 has the best characters and development out of all the games in the series. There is a saying in the art and work of screenwriting, a really good script never goes out of style. You have to have strong character work for a story to really have an impact.
All these scenes were pretty
Characters
crazy.
Are everything in
Even
video
this scene
games,
right here.
And that reason is why Gears of War 2 was so perfect. We spend a lot of quality time with them, seeing how they interact, gaining an understanding of what is at stake, their objectives, all subconsciously develops later sequences throughout the game's story to be much more effective. Some of the characters in Gears 2 are stereotypes, but they are all given just enough humanity at the right times for us to care and not making them all one-dimensional. Such as characters Ty Kaliso and Dizzy Wallen's short and small developments from just soldiers serving in the COG army to likable heroes. And Benjamin Carmine being the young, inexperienced, panicked, goofy kid soldier slowly but surely coming into his own.
Where's Carmine?
I got your back, Sarge!
Get your ass in here!
This
now.
man's shooting back. I got your back, Sarge.
Send your ass with a payoff!
The tension in Gears 2 is also fantastic. When players enter into the Hollow for the first time all the way to the Locust Stronghold,
memories,
we
man.
know things are going to happen, but we don't know how. When the characters have to hijack an enemy boat to get to their destination, knowing they have to go through multiple enemy forces only to find out that there are other dangerous threats they have to go through than just the Locusts themselves. Our heroes discovering over time that there is more than meets the eye to their enemy. The threat the characters are up against could be more dangerous than they imagined. And I've gone without mentioning one of the final qualities that wraps everything all up that make Gears of War 2 into a masterpiece: the score.
This is giving me chills. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This is literally giving me chills right now. What an amazing video. This video is actually really, really good. It's like living childhood all over again.
Steve Jablonsky's score elevated Gears 2 to something very grand, operatic, as well as intense, and it supports all the action, dialogue, and menace of the game beautifully. Was Gears of War 2 a perfect game? No.
It
But
was
in
close.
regard to the series
It was
as
pretty
a
damn
whole,
close
this was
to a
as
perfect game.
of a Gears of War game as you can get.
Yeah, you're
I
right. It was
personally
pretty
adored the
goddamn
realism
close.
and true skill of Gears of War 2, and how the entire story campaign was all character driven.
Even multiplayer
Once again,
was
I
almost
have to say,
perfect.
the
Was
meta for
almost.
gameplay and features in Gears of War will inevitably change for the better or worse.
This game was
over
definitely
time,
almost perfect,
and I am
man.
not disputing any of that. Gears of War 2 may be a relic of the past in the game series, but the game's quality is much superior than all of its aftercomers. Gears of War 2 was a masterpiece that defined the Gears of War franchise, and a masterpiece that very likely, arguably, will never, ever be topped.
Soldiers of the Cog, my fellow Gears,
Yes!
go forth and bring back the hope of humanity!
Ah! I feel like I was a fucking soldier right there in the middle of that speech right there. Wow. What an amazing video, man. Chat, I'm gonna leave you guys a link to this down below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. It gave me a lot of flashbacks. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Guys, we're dropping bangers every day. So if you guys haven't already, hit that sub button. We're dropping videos every single day. We're dropping Gears 2 videos. We're dropping Gears 5 videos. We're dropping Gears 4 videos coming up soon, by the way. Maybe Gears 3. I'm not too sure about Gears 3 because of the FPS difference. I might just play a game or two of Gears 3 just to upload a video for you guys, because the game feels kind of choppy when it comes to lag. But until next time, big boy DomeZ, and I'm out, guys. Peace.